Otherwise, through the afternoon, we're looking at a mix of sun and cloud and a cool high of 8 degrees. A cool day in Edmonton as well, with a high of only 8 there as well. We could see some showers throughout the morning time. In Saskatoon, just expect an overcast sky. Again, a cool high of 8 degrees. Here's a look across the rest of the country, continuing with above seasonal temperatures across parts of Ontario. Quite a bit of stable conditions, so a little bit of sunshine in there as well. Nice day shaping up in Halifax with a clear sky and a high of 20.
Hello everyone, good evening and welcome back to Soul Work. I'm your host Jenny Cousins and this is my co-host Kim Buckler. And we're here today to answer any and all of your questions, so don't forget to pick up that phone and give us a call. On today's show we do have an exciting guest, don't we, Kim?
We sure do, Jenny. Thank you.
Absolutely, absolutely. And might I tell you something, that I do know this guest personally, and by far she is the best acupuncturist I've ever been to. And to welcome on today's show, here's Dr. Judy Mazurin. And thank you so much, Judy.
Thank you very much, Jenny. I'm glad to be here, Kim. That's great. Thank you.
You're welcome. You're welcome. And what we want to do is have you share with our viewers what is acupuncture about? Like exactly, you know, give some type of description for those who don't know.
Well, I can absolutely do that. Acupuncture itself is the insertion of fine needle-like structures into the skin, and they are not like a knife, so they don't tend to cut the skin, and they are able to move quickly through and touch energy points that lie within our body. And then by using these energy points, we can recreate balance, and by doing so, get healing to become more prevalent within us.
Absolutely, absolutely. And I know anytime personally I've had acupuncture from Judy, I don't feel the needles. And I've been to many, many acupuncture. Even in Ireland I had acupuncture, and I could feel the needles going right through my body. With Judy, you don't feel anything. And she even used one of your needles on one of the crew here tonight, and he didn't feel anything.
Well, I have to say acupuncture is an art originally, and so there is a style of being able to insert these needles into a person's body without creating a big painful effect. And it originally was done freehand, and over the years we have evolved into using tubes and other devices to help quicken the way the needle gets into the skin. But essentially it really should be, for the most part, painless, but I will say it doesn't mean that you won't feel anything, because there is the substance of qi, and that is the energy within your body that rises to the needle to produce this effect. Yeah.
Okay. Sorry, you were going to do some demos on Jenny and put the needles in her.
Absolutely.
Can you do that? And then we'll ask you some questions as we go along.
Absolutely.
Well, I just happen to have needles, will travel, so that's all right. So I brought some of my tools with me, some little ones.
So which treatment do you want to do, Judy?
Well, I thought for you, I would do some of the ear needles, which are fantastic for relieving stress, calming the body, calming the shen, which is known as spirit in Chinese medicine. And it's also fantastic for headaches and just overall anxiety. And, you know,
excellent.
Yes, so I am going to...
Do you want me to take my earrings out?
No, I'm just going to get you to expose your ear for me, though.
Then.
And so these needles that I'm using are just tiny, tiny, tiny little needles, and sometimes seeds are used instead. So these are really not even a millimeter long. And they're very, very fine, so she shouldn't feel this when it goes in. And this point, as I said, I'm selecting in her ear is called Shen Men, and that means spirit house, spirit guide, basically. So it's going to help to guide her body into relaxation. And I'm just going to touch the needle into her ear like so. And for the most part, nobody will know that she has anything going on in her ear.
Another ear. And how long do they stay on for, just so the viewers will know?
Generally, I tell my patients to leave these needles in for about a week maximum, from the time I put them in to the time that they'll return for another visit with me. Although I have had some people that have decided to leave them in for about the greater part of 3 weeks or longer, just because it makes them feel so good. And so as long as they're working, I say, well, leave them in, but we should change them up fairly frequently.
Okay, I was going to ask you a question, and you sort of answered it. I was going to ask you if there are different size needles, and the one you tried on one of the fellows with the cameras, it was quite a bit longer, and these guys are really teeny tiny. So what's the difference between the two?
Well, just like in any trade, there are different tools for everything that you're doing. So, for example, if I was doing more musculoskeletal stuff for sprains, strains, tendonitis, anything like that that's going to go into the body, I might choose a needle that is like this, that it might have a little bit more tensile strength to it, because especially if I'm going into the shoulder where the muscle is a bit stronger, I need to make sure that I'm able to activate the muscles as I go into the shoulder. And then there are regular needles for touching the regular meridians of the body, which, by the way, I happen to bring my Gucci, which is her name, with me.
Yes, Judy's doll. Absolutely.
And these are the acupuncture points that we use when we are treating people. And so on the body there are 12 meridians. They are bilateral on either side of the body, and they range from the lung to the digestive to the immune system, which we know as the triple warmer in Chinese medicine, and kidney and bladder, gallbladder, liver. So there's quite a few meridians.
Okay.
And so the regular needle I would use, which could be this one as well, I would put into a select acupuncture point. I'll do one just right here, for example. And the needles are quite fine, so you've got to be careful that we don't bend them. So they're very, very fine compared to a regular hypodermic needle.
Yeah, because I know that, like, you gave me even aggressive acupuncture one time, and I still didn't feel it. And I know you were doing it deeper into the skin tissue,
and everybody
wasn't it?
Everybody has different tolerances, and so hence the different tools with the different, the different gauges of the needles. So if someone comes in that's very, very sensitive or delicate flower, I will definitely use one of my fine facial-like needles.
Okay.
And then, until they're more comfortable. Because more than often, it's our mind that stops us from liking the acupuncture. It's the fear rather than what the needle is actually doing, because someone can come up and flick you in the arm, and that would hurt worse than a needle. So for example, this point here is a point known as spleen 10 on the body, and this is a fantastic point for helping to improve our circulation and build the amount of blood that circulates in our body. So if somebody was anemic, for example, this would be one of the points I would use to encourage circulation and the regeneration of blood. And then just the one last thing, if I was doing facial acupuncture, these would be the needles that I would use. And as you can see, these are
smaller,
tiny, because I would want to line them along various wrinkles or in various parts of the face, along without causing any bruising or any trouble to the face.
Okay, so with these longer ones and these ones for the facial ones, those are only used while you're working on the person, and they are taken out before the person leaves.
Absolutely. A regular acupuncture treatment lasts about 20 minutes, but it really depends on the person's chi. So I'll go through quite a bit of diagnostics with them. And the beautiful thing about Chinese medicine is that the Asians figured out how to diagnose the body without having to insert or cut it open.
Because you use a different diagnosis with the tongue or something?
I would use your tongue, your eyes, I would feel your pulse, I would touch your abdomen and find out what spots hurt, and that guides me to what I need to do and what points will be best for you.
Okay, so you can treat different ailments and that with the body?
Yeah, the World Health Organization has recognized a large list of ailments, everything from headaches to musculoskeletal issues, digestive, urinary, kidney, lots of things. So.
Because it's an excellent treatment to have, and I highly recommend it for anybody. And again, I will say that Judy is the best by far. And what's your website, Judy, for anybody who, all of our viewers, to come and get on the phones and come down and book an appointment to see you?
Come down and get your Nimbus for the winter season coming. My website is theartofgoodhealth.com. And it is talks about the acupuncture and all the different modalities used. It also talks about health coaching and nutrition and lifestyle support.
And the medicines.
And all
the
the different
Chinese
medicines. Yeah, absolutely. Lots of information on there.
Because I know you gave me some herbs one day, the first treatment, and I was cured just like that. It was incredible. It was amazing.
But she is pretty much a miracle, so.
Yeah. I know.
So then,
Judy.
you're able to, you're also combining other treatments with the acupuncture, like you just mentioned the herbs. What else do you do along with the acupuncture?
There's herbs, diet, lifestyle, there's a massage technique, there's cupping, which is a suction technique, and a scraping technique. So it depends on what you need. Not everybody needs needles, so there's lots of things within the scope of Chinese medicine that we can do.
Absolutely. And we want to be able to thank Judy so much for coming on the show today. And the 10 minutes. Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Soul Work. That 10 minutes sure flies by, doesn't it, Kim?
Oh, it did.
Wow.
It did.
We want to thank you for joining us back again. And remember, callers, to pick up the phone and give us a call. We want to hear from you. And I just wanted to just say something really brief again about acupuncture. What drew me to getting acupuncture was about 12 years ago. And I went to my doctor, and he told me I was going to have a hysterectomy. And I just said no, and my intuition guided me into acupuncture. And that's when I first went and I met Judy. Actually, I phoned, I knew what it was about, but I never experienced it. And she gave me one treatment. I didn't feel a thing, and she gave me some herbs, and I was cleared that night. And my doctor, like when I went back to my doctor, he's like, "What's going on? You didn't come back." Because I went back a few months later. Right?
Okay.
So they were really kind of freaked out about the whole situation. And I'm like, no, there's a difference between Western and Eastern medicine.
Yeah.
Right?
And
So every time I go in there, he's like, are you nuts?
Yeah, and I've heard it's helped out females get pregnant too.
Yes.
So
Yes.
it helps release those blocks that we're holding on to.
Absolutely.
It's amazing.
Absolutely.
I'm glad she was here.
And I got notification that we do have a caller. There is a caller on the phone. Caller, are you there?
Yes, I am. Hi. Hi, Jenny.
How are you?
I'm good. My name is Kavita.
Yes.
I have a question. I wanted to know if you can tell me if you see a spirit of my grandfather around me.
I'm feeling that actually you have a few spirits around you. I'm feeling a lot of different protection coming in, and I am feeling a male presence around you, and it's almost like he also comes into dreams for you too. Like you might get different signs in a dream with different symbols, right? Like if he shows you, let's say, a symbol of water, it's reflecting upon your emotions and such. Do you know what I mean by that?
Yes, because I do see him in my dreams sometimes.
Okay, did he recently show you some type of a symbol on water?
I haven't had that yet.
Okay, you haven't had the
Yes,
water.
I have. Actually, I have last night.
Okay. Yeah, because the water represents emotion, so it could be that you're going through a lot of decisions now that you have to make, okay? And I'm feeling more of an emotional decision about, different areas in your life, right? And right now we're still in a little bit of Mercury retrograde and such, so things might kind of see up and down for you. So it's like what you have to do is like say goodbye to the past, like different things that no longer serve your higher self, meaning if there's relationships that aren't working, if there's like a career or a job you're at that is not working, anything like that, you really got to do some deep soul searching on is what I'm really picking up his message for you. And I'm even feeling he might even move something even beside you. It could be like on a desk or in your house, and you're going to know that's going to be him. What about you, Kim? Are you feeling anything for Kavita?
The only thing I keep on thinking about is smoke of some kind, whether it's a pipe smoke or a tobacco smoke. So if you get a whiff of that, know he's there.
Okay.
Have you smelled any type of smoke yet at all?
No, I haven't.
Not as yet. Okay.
Sometimes I get like a burning smell, but I don't really focus on it.
Yeah, but even a burning sensation, that represents even smoke.
Okay.
Right?
Okay.
Yes. And I appreciate you calling, Kavita.
Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you.
You're welcome. And we have another call waiting, by the way. And just before we take the call, we want to also let our viewers know that when we do have calls waiting, we can't spend a lot of time with you, unfortunately, regardless of, both Kim and I would like to really give you a full background of what is coming up in all areas. So if you do want to get more of a focus and more of a reading, you can always, book an appointment with us. And who's our next caller? Caller, hello?
Hello?
Yes?
I just want you, can you tell me about my mother?
What's your first name?
Sandy.
Sandy?
Yeah,
Sandy. Okay, and what's your mother's first name?
Cynthia.
Cynthia. Okay. Do you want to start off with that, Kim, or do you want me to start off?
Go ahead, Jeni.
Okay. Well, first of all, just to let all viewers know, if somebody does want to ask me, let's say when somebody's going to pass on, I won't give you that answer because that's up to God, okay, to decide. But, I mean, I'm even feeling with your mother that it's like she has this bubbly personality, and it's almost like she's fading. I'm kind of feeling her in and out. Do you feeling that, Sandy? Do you know what I mean by that?
Sure.
Okay, because when she's kind of fading in and out, it's not mean that she's here and that she's there, right? It's almost like her mind is on a whole different level, and I'm feeling somebody over her. I'm feeling somebody beside her from the spirit world as well. It's almost like she's getting messages from this person, and it's a male. Do you know who that is?
Maybe her father.
Okay, yeah, because there's a male presence that is coming in stronger, and with her, she's connecting with him. Has she said anything to you about him?
No, she passed on.
Okay, but they're very much together, right? That's what I mean when they're like this, because when they're like this, okay, they're in and out. They're in and out of spirit world, and spirits are always around them. Whenever we pass over, we're with our loved ones, we're with our guides, we're with even animals and such like that. But I'm feeling it's like she has even some type of even guilt she's even holding on to. It's almost like she feels she wanted to talk to you about something, and she didn't fully get the opportunity to completely express herself to you. Do you know what I mean?
Yes.
Yes, okay, exactly. So she wants you to let go of the pain. She wants you to let go of all of that, okay, because she's very much around you, and we have another call waiting, Sandy. I'm sorry to cut you off, but was that helpful to you?
Yes, it was.
Okay, excellent. And feel free to give us a call back next Wednesday night as well, if you have any more questions or concerns.
Okay, thank you very much.
You're welcome. And next caller. Caller, do you have a question for Kim and I? Hello?
Hello.
Yes.
Just want to say hi. Hi.
Hello?
Hello.
Okay. Did you have a question for either Kim or myself?
I just want to see if I'm in the right career, or what do they see? I've been like single, and there's no in regards to relationship and my children.
Okay. So you wanted to know about your relationship or your relationship with your children?
And career, and in regards to my children also.
Okay, so you want to know about your children and also a relationship? Or just a relationship with your children? Because I'm having a problem understanding
Of myself, yeah.
A relationship that you're having with someone right now.
Is with your children, is a relationship quite?
I'm not in relationship right now.
No.
Your children, with your children, is the relationship strained with your children right now? Your children are fully grown. Yes?
Reese with my younger son.
Okay, what's your caller? What's your first name?
I have a teenage and adult.
Yeah, what's your first name?
Ellen.
Ellen. Okay, Ellen, we're gonna answer this as quickly and efficiently as we can because we also have another call waiting as well. Okay, I'm really feeling. Is your youngest a little boy?
He's an adult.
Who's the little boy?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, I'm really feeling with your
My son.
Yes. Okay. Yeah, I'm really feeling that he's going to be very, very attached to you. It's like he doesn't want to let go. Okay. Your other two children, how old are they again? I can barely understand you. I'm having a problem.
He's 16.
Okay, I'll answer the part about the 16, and then we got to move on because we have another caller. Okay, but certainly feel free to give us a call next week as well. Your 16-year-old, your son, right? I'm feeling him moving on. I'm feeling him moving away. Okay, I'm not feeling him there. I'm not feeling he's going to stay there. Okay,
right.
And what you really need to do is he's on his own journey and his own destiny. Okay, and he's got a lot of karmic issues that he has to clear. All right, and you know that too. Okay, so it's almost like there's only so much that you can do right now to help him, and it's like you have to let him go to discover his own thing. You know what I mean by that, don't you?
Yeah.
Okay, thanks for calling. Next caller, please. And you have a question for Kim and I. Hello?
Hello?
Yes, and what's your first name?
Wendy.
Wendy, and you have a question for Kim and I.
Yeah, I'm just wondering if you could tell me anything about my little brother.
Your little brother?
Yeah.
And what's your brother's name? First name?
Glenn.
Who?
Glenn.
Glenn. Okay. Is he in the midst of a transition right now? I'm not feeling him here. I'm feeling him way out more so wanting to be like in the countryside.
He passed away years ago.
Yeah. With him being passed on, okay, did he like the countryside view? Okay, because I'm feeling him like being more in touch with nature. Okay, it's almost like I feel like he felt like he was trapped in a way and he couldn't fully express himself the way he wanted to express himself. See, what happens was even when they've passed on, it's like they're still here, right? So, I mean, it's like he's still standing in front of you. So it's like he's still having a conversation, right? So passed on energy here, it's still really the same thing. Okay, and I'm feeling a cap on his head, like a ball cap on his head. So, I mean, you might even feel the presence of him even moving something in front of you. What about you, Kim?
Your mother's still here, is she not?
My mother?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, almost the sense is who in the family would have been holding your brother back?
Yeah.
I get a funny feeling that somebody's holding him back and didn't allow him to transition on.
Because see what happens, okay, is I actually felt that too. Okay, what happens is when somebody's passing, okay, it doesn't matter how they're passing. Some people aren't quite ready as to go yet. Okay, so they have a tendency to kind of linger around, and whenever they're feeling that there's still people around them, okay, then they're not going to pass over as easy. Like, let's say all of a sudden if somebody's, you know, in the bed passing on and there's family around him, of course, and they're grieving, okay, it does make it more difficult for that person to pass over. So exactly, I felt the same thing, that there was a presence, a feminine presence, kind of not wanting that person to pass on as of yet.
So what you could do is let your little brother know that Grandma is waiting for him up in heaven, and it is time for him to go on, and it's safe for him.
Yeah, because he's lingering back and forth.
That his mother's waiting for him.
It's lingering back and forth.
Yeah.
Right? He's in and out of the astral plane to spirit form. And we don't mean to cut you off, Wendy, but we do have another call waiting.
Yep.
Was that okay? Did you find that helpful?
Yeah, the cap thing was really neat because he used to wear a little sailor's cap.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So it's almost like the waving of it, and you might feel a cap move around you. You might see it move a little bit in some way. So that's his way of showing you. And then when they show me a cap, that's his way of also communicating with you, saying, I'm here, right?
Okay, cool.
Definitely. But feel free to give us a call back next Wednesday night as well.
Okay, thank you.
Thanks, Wendy. And we have another caller. And our next caller, you have a question for Kim and I. Hello?
Hello?
Yes. And what's your first name?
My name is Craig.
Craig, okay. And you have a question for Kim and I.
Yeah, just about my cousin.
Okay, what's his first name?
Justin.
Okay, why am I feeling a car? As soon as you said his name, I saw a car.
He got in an accident.
Yeah, exactly, because I could feel that right away.
Is he still in the hospital now?
No, he passed in 2007.
Yeah, he's lingering back and forth again. So see, with spirit, again, especially too when somebody gets like in an accident, some type of a traumatic experience, it's so like fast. They leave their body so fast that they don't realize that they've gone. Okay, so with you feeling the hospital, I'm feeling that he's still also lingering around in the hospital as I did when I worked in the hospice, right? But I'm feeling he also, by the way, it's like he had a lot to say he wanted to say to you, okay? But I'm feeling peace. I'm seeing a big smile on his face, and it's like he had a really good personality. A lot of people around him liked him, right?
Yes.
And it's like he had, that good side and bad side as well. So it's like whenever he wanted to really say something mean, he could, but I feel he was a likable person, right? But I'm feeling it was like, it was quick. I'm not feeling a lot of suffering with him.
Okay.
Yeah.
Craig, was there alcohol involved with the accident at all?
I'm not too sure. He kind of lived his life like a rock and roll star, kind of.
Okay, precariously. He just
stolen car, and I'm not sure if there was any alcohol, but I don't know about drugs
he
or
wants
anything.
to say sorry. He wants to say that he's very, very, very sorry, and to please share that with his mom.
Yeah. Yeah, he has a lot of regret. And don't forget that if any of our viewers, including any of yourselves, if you wanted to book an appointment to see Kim or I, you certainly can. And we can elaborate more on that. And my website is soulworkwithjeni.com. And your website, Kim?
Spirit and Soul Healing?
Absolutely, absolutely. And we're getting down to the end of our show here. It goes so fast. And we want to, again, express our gratitude for having Dr. Judy Mazurin on our show today. Fantastic woman. Fantastic. And we want to thank again the viewers for watching us every Wednesday night at 6:30. And all episodes are going to be on YouTube. And we want to thank all the viewers again. And tune in next week, Wednesday night, 6:30 p.m. for Soul Work with Jeni and Kim.
Thank you, Jeni.
You're welcome, Kim.
This is Shaw TV.
Hey everyone, coming up in the next half hour on Go Calgary, we are at Downtown Food in downtown Calgary. We'll tell you what's unique about this venue. We'll also introduce you to some very funny ladies who are into improv. And Alana Nolan tells us about a local company still making a positive impact over 100 days after the flood. All that and lots more coming up now on Go Calgary. Well, the June floods affected many different communities in southern Alberta, including the community of Bragg Creek. Now, months after the floods, Alana Nolan has a kind of a good story about a local home builder who's giving a little bit back to those affected.
pack it maybe between, we can get 2 pillows down the side and put it right down the middle. Well, today Bay West is donating, it's been over a series of a bunch of days, donating furniture to people that have lost a lot of stuff during the flood. So making sure that they can get into homes and have furniture and try to bring some comfort back to their lives while they pick up the pieces. See how the old road good?
Yeah, I think this is my 4th trip that I've made out here, so it's I've got to know a bunch of the people, and it's just gratifying to meet such. They're the heroes, you know. We're just fortunate to be part of their lives.
We have lots of show homes in the city as Bay West Homes, and we store it all after a show home is finished. It's brand new furniture, and we don't reuse it, so it just made a lot of sense to donate that furniture to people that have lost their stuff in the flood.
Yeah, straight in, yeah.
With Bay West and its mother company, Bordeaux Developments, we really focus on building community. So whether it's building people's homes or actually creating the communities, it's important to us that there's comfort in people's lives. So.
Pretty much lost everything, and it's devastating, of course, right? And just so thankful for Dave and Bay West and what they've done to help us. It's been an enormous help to us, and very thankful.
We got a lot in there, didn't we?
You sure did.
No, I think it's just a human thing as opposed to a corporate thing. I think it's just the right thing to do. You know, Bay West has done very well over the years, and we're just happy to be able to give back.
The team has been phenomenal. It's been great because, you know, even from the day of the flood, they responded immediately at what I would refer to as triage, but it was equally important to keep going because after the dust settled or the water receded, it was important just to stay intact because a lot of families are still heavily impacted, and we want to make sure that we continue to do stuff for them.
It's great, yes, because we don't have any furniture in the house, so it's like great. Yeah.
They're actually living in a motorhome just by their house. The back wall of their house is being redone, and they're working like demons to get ready for the winter. And so it's just a thrill to watch her and her husband Bill.
You know, on a personal level, it feels great. It's our whole team reflects that. It's great camaraderie among the team. It's great to help out. It's great to add a little bit of light in someone's life that's lost a bunch of stuff.
Well, we're here at Downtown Food with the man behind the restaurant. His name is Darren. Darren, the name Downtown Food for a restaurant, it sounds a little bit more like a philosophy than the name of a venue. Was that on purpose?
Wow, I wish I could say that it was. No,